Hi, this is Kevin Scanlon, President and CEO of the Metropolitan Chicago Healthcare Council. Welcome to my first video blog. As the voice for the 94 acute care hospitals here in the metropolitan Chicago area, we continue to look for ways for our members to interact with elected officials. At this year's annual meeting, we hosted a panel discussion featuring DuPage County Chairman Robert Schillerstrom, Cook County Commissioner Moreno, Chief Deputy Assessor for Cook County Mike Stone, and John Durso, a partner in the law firm at Ungaretti and Harris. Take a listen and a look at the discussions we had on the challenges facing tax-exempt hospitals here in the region.
For the experiences, my first advice to you is do not become the next test case, because even if you win, you lose because of the resources you have to put into the case. And I think that there are some things that you can do to stay below the radar screen, to maintain your exemption. File your annual affidavit that Mike was just referring to, make sure that they get filed on time, that says there's no change in use, there's no change in ownership, and there's no lease with a view toward profit. I think the next most important thing I would tell you is do not do anything with your real estate that changes the title to the real estate. Whether that's a corporate restructuring, whether that's a sale of a portion of your building or a portion of your land, because when you do that, when you split the PIN, when you split the tax indexes, you have to reapply for charitable or religious exemption. And when you reapply, you're thrown into the system, and you could end up becoming the next test.
I think the issue is going to go away. This is not, Prevena is not unique in the state. The activities at Prevena are very similar to the activities at numerous hospitals, at least in Cook County. The facts that cause the Department of Revenue to decide against Prevena are very similar to hospitals in Cook County. You may draw some lines and there may be some levels of distinctions, but it's really hard to make an argument that a number of hospitals actually meet the test as described in Methodist Holy Ordinance. And with that sort of background, I think it's important that all parties sit down and begin discussions.
I think that individually the hospitals are nowhere to be seen within the county, but we do have the MCHC with the very capable representatives. And Scott, from my personal view and from talking to other commissioners, has done a tremendous job bringing forth the facts at the county board about the ills of certain initiatives and, of course, the plight and the conditions of various hospitals. And I, for one, have always had good relations with the hospitals that were my district for over the last 16 years, with St. Anthony's being there, Mount Sinai, Holy Cross. And but I made it a point, I knew that we had a job to do in Cook County, but I really think that the hospitals individually just need to reach out. They just need to let their communities know what
I think it's unlikely, but the world is changing, and my advice to you is to be proactive. I think I said that before, and you have to let your taxing districts know. The Board of Review is appointed by the county board. Those are elected officials. You have to be in touch with them. And I think you have to have a philosophy. And your philosophy has to be that you want to be viewed as a community resource that provides